I wanted to make this video based on an observation that I've made. There are an awful lot of people out there that are really wanting change, and they're into this truth movement and the matrix and breaking the system, and they seem to be really wanting change, and yet the conversation doesn't really reflect that they want change. And this one conversation that I had, I mean, be the judge, tell me if it's me, but the question was asked, why I ask, I've got a link for donations. It's not like I go out and ask for donations every freaking video. I could put every video, please donate, if I was really focused highly on, doing this for the money. Clearly, if I don't put constant messages and suggestions, donate to me, obviously it's not my main intention. But this guy was asking me why I would ask for any donations. And I find that question odd, why somebody would even ask that question, because it's almost like, what's the problem with earning a living? How do you earn your living? And why would what I'm doing is not a reason why anybody would want to earn their living? And then the response came back that I was projecting, that I'm seeing something negative in that question that's actually coming from me, that this guy says there wasn't actually a negative projection that he's putting out there. So I thought, okay, let's explore that. At the end of the day, the guy made a statement that if we actually solved all problems, it would be a utopia and life would be really boring and dull. So what does that mean? In the bigger picture of those words, that means our problems keep life exciting. So if our problems keep life exciting, why bother changing it? Because you love the excitement. Like, you're not after solving problems. You're only after solving the problems that affect your life. But you actually love it because it brings excitement to your day. So, and this is a guy that's, truth in his channel, and he's talking about, changing the system, and, he seems and appears to be a guy that's against all of this wrong stuff that's going on, but actually, his main intention, if you look at his words, are, well, we don't really want to solve problems because it just keeps life exciting. and I don't believe that that's really what this guy is after. I do think he wants change. He just wants change so that his life, he can get the stuff that he was questioning me whether I was after stuff. It all depended on how I answered that question. If I answered that question, no, I want to buy diamonds with all of the donations I make, then this guy would have attacked me. And yet, based on his own logic, if buying diamonds perpetuates all of the problems, which keeps things exciting, it would have actually been something that he would have been in agreement with. But since I'm like, no, don't really like the diamonds, don't, ask me about what I value, then all of a sudden the conversation comes out as, well, why would you want to solve problems? That would make life boring. So it's pretty interesting on some of these people that do want change, frankly, don't want change. They just want you to make their lives easy, while they don't give a shit about how hard it is for other people, because that keeps life interesting. And at the end of the day, because the topic came up of being biased and that you're projecting, when he made a statement and I asked him about his statement, he said that I was the one projecting. And it's like, how can you tell me that I'm projecting if you're not projecting? you know, you're biased if you think that you are not the one that's actually doing the projection, projecting, you know, but you can judge other people to be projecting. That's a projection in itself. And being biased is like a human condition. Your DNA and your life experiences prevents you from not being biased. You have an opinion based on what you believe, and your beliefs come from everything that you experience. So you're going to be strong in what it is you believe, and anybody that disagrees with you, you're going to perceive them to be the ones that are wrong. And I found that to help try and keep as biased as possible, I do believe that every single person, even all these evil people, everybody wants peace and love. And how does this guy that doesn't want to solve problems actually, you can see that he wants peace and love. And he gets a lot of peace and he gets a lot of love out of keeping life not dull. So we all want the same things. It's just we can't see how to do it the right way. That, yeah, utopia. If you wanted to create a utopia, one of the guidelines you have to have in there is that life is not dull. Life is actually really exciting. How can you make life really, really exciting and loving and passionate and not dull without actually having problems? Just because that problem is a challenge to actually comprehend doesn't mean it's not possible. You know, like, I can have a lot of fun doing the right thing. I can have a lot of excitement doing the right thing. I don't think I need to do harm to other people or myself to keep my life exciting and to keep my life peaceful and love. It is a possibility. You just have to jump out of the problem and see other possibilities that you can't comprehend yet. But you have to want it to be able to see it. So you tell me, am I the one that's a little crazy? And at the same time, try and observe other people that are really fighting for change. Ask them at the end of the day, you know, if we did create this utopia, what would that look like to you? What would that mean to you? Do you really, really want it, or do you think life would be boring then? Deepak Chopra is one that's definitely gone into that form of insanity and has done so through his meditation. And you know, while he's made a good living off of trying to teach people how to live a healthy lifestyle, you'll see a lot of his own bullshit in there, because after he finished doing all of those books and making all his friggin' billions of dollars, he then writes a book on how to accept death. How to live well and then die. And here's how to die. And he has been stated, you'll probably find videos on here of an interview on him with that book, who says the words that if we actually solve problems, life would be boring. We don't want to solve problems because it keeps life interesting. So, you know, anyway, this guy, Deepak Chopra, is telling you how to live. You know, this guy is taking you down a path to your own freaking death because he thinks that's interesting, and he's making a lot of money off of it by you accepting death, because death is the right way to go. So it's like, why doesn't this guy just tell everybody to commit suicide? It's cheaper. You wouldn't make this guy rich if y'all just committed suicide. You know, but that's not it. They don't want you to commit suicide. They want to make money off the process of you dying. They want you to die a slow death, because there's more profit in a slow death than a quick death. Not that I'm mentioning anybody should die. It's like we should just jump out of that insanity, because that's all it is insanity. Peace out.